Hey there, I'm Zompon, and this is my survival world island. And you know what? We've spent about a year here, and in game, that equates to about 425 days, 426. And I'm still living in the crawl space of a wooden crate. Not entirely a bad thing, but I have an entire tower situation planned for all of this, and I still haven't completed it. It is a downright shame, and I want to get it done today. I don't care. I don't care. I don't care how long it takes. I've already spent like 4 hours already preparing to get this done. We're gonna get this done. All right. And I need to also fix some of my tools as well as get me some feather falling on my boots because I am not going that high up without some feather falling. Which brings me to these noisy fellows right over here. Don't listen to them. They're fine. This is humane. It's okay. Namely, this guy. Feather falling. Yay. That's exactly what I need. Thank you, sir. We also, you might be able to hear them in the background, maybe not. I don't remember exactly how that works, but we also have some weaponsmiths. Trading some iron with these guys is how I got all the emeralds that we needed. It is very loud down here, so let's just not do that anymore. But all of this trading equates to all of these books. We got some luck of the sea as well. I don't really know like whether or not I care too much to have that, but it's cool. We're gonna have ourselves our two shovels, some hose. We're gonna have both of our chopping, our axes, our pickaxes, and everything. Everything's going to be fine. Oh, I did have a different. I had a different villager, and that villager did feather. Oh no, am I gonna have to? Wait a minute. Wait a gosh darn second. I already had Depth Strider. There was no need for this. Get this out of here. Get that out of there. Put that up there. That's fine. What is this? Get this. Get that. Get. Go away. Be free. Go. I don't. Oh, why have I done this? Let me gather up all of my books, and then we're gonna go all the way across the sea over here to our island. You know, our cool little mushroom, our mushroom island with a spider spawner, and we'll just put everything on. Does that make sense? Alright, well that took way much more my time longer than I thought it would. But now it's time to go. I'll just leave that right there, I'll be fine. Hello, Mr. Llama. Okay, so the first thing that I think I want to do before we get to the big tower, because keep in mind, this tower is going to be about the size of this, or I should say the top of the tower, my new house, is going to be about the size of this box. Except it's going to be sitting just above that line right there. The only problem is that currently this is what the inside of the red storage container looks like. And if I want to make it easy for me to get up and down from that top row or the top of the tower to the bottom, if and when I need to get more supplies, then I may as well just go ahead and finish out this particular cargo container, which is going to be a pain in the butt because I need mangrove for this. I'm probably going to experiment a little. I wonder, what if. Oh, dear lord. Okay, I was about to say, leave it to me. Like, look what we did here. Alright, so we have the really dark mangrove wood, but we also have the netherrack sort of helping to blend it out. What if we did that with the cargo container as well? I think that would be nice. It would look a lot better. It would add some more texture for one, and two, it'll kind of cut down on the amount of mangrove trees that I will have to cut down, which is always a plus. Oh, I'm not procrastinating, you're procrastinating. Let's go. Hey you there, editing's on fun here. This was a complete mess. I meant to record this replay in 2 parts, forgot to record the second part, and the first part of the first part was absolutely just a mess. So enjoy just some texturing of a red cargo container. Oh my goodness, it's finally done. It is done. I think the netherrack turned out a lot better than I thought it would. Let's go look at the other side. Oh, look at that. Oh, I quite like it actually. All right. It actually, I was worried about it not, I was worried about it looking too flat or something when looking at it from behind, but I'm glad that it turned out looking a lot better than I thought it would. I like the shading too up under there. I'm practicing. I'm trying to actually include some actual building techniques. Now, you're gonna have to bear with me. I've already tried like 5 times to try and explain the pathing to this thing. This whole base is interconnected. I'm not sure if you've noticed or not yet, but there are multiple ways to get to pretty much anywhere on the base. And that's where things get a little bit confusing, because one way that you can get in here is to come in through through here into the container itself, go up this very inconspicuous ladder and through a trapdoor. And this brings you straight to the second floor, which is, you know, where you get to our wood, this area out here, and our flowers, and our container here. The other way to get up here would be obviously to come up the ladder that we've been using this whole time, and then either come through this itty bitty crack, this big gaping hole, or this little doorway. You keeping up so far? Have I confused you yet? I'm already confused, so let's keep going. Now from here, there are a few more places yet that you can indeed go. One would be up this ladder. Two would be to go across this little rickety thing here up to this platform, and then up one more time to this itty bitty little balcony, which is actually quite cute. I quite like it. And then through the doorway to the third floor. Don't mind that, that's not important at the moment. So this would be the ladder that would take you up there a little bit more directly, which is probably the way that I'll go most often because it is the least confusing. Now, this floor contains access to the roof of our blue cargo container, which I am planning on putting some farms on. I think I can move my netherwort farming up here pretty comfortably. That could be pretty nice. I could even make myself a little standard brewing area out here to kind of fill out this walk space a little bit. I think that would be, oh, it's a tragedy. But anyway, I think that would probably fill out the space pretty nicely and also bring a little bit more usefulness to the top of this build and really just maximize space. The next floor, I hope you're keeping up because I sure am already humbly confused. We can come up these steps right here onto this balcony, and there's 2 ways to get up here yet, because if we were to come back onto the itty bitty one and go down, then we come across this little corner bit area, this very precarious situation, and then we can go up this ladder, which also brings us to the bigger balcony. And then if we hop over here to this not at all itty bitty tiny, the reason why I have feather falling catwalk, we can go up this little area, this little section here, onto this ladder, and then we are finally on the top, where our house will be sitting right behind me. And then of course this will be our front porch. We'll have our front porch, and then we'll also have a back porch off of this area here. That is a long way to go. With that explained, I was thinking that we could build the house itself together, which means we need to go get ourselves some blocks, because we are going to need a lot of the same blocks that are incorporated into the smaller house over here. The problem is that I'm kind of out of certain blocks, mostly my andesite. I'm very low on andesite. I've got, why have I done this? I've got plenty of stone, and I wonder if I think tough might be a little bit too dark. Otherwise, we've got plenty of our light gray concrete. So I think the only thing that we really need to go get is some andesite. I think we need to check our... Okay, our acacia is good as well. We're gonna need more jungle. In the original design, I also had some light gray wool mixed into it, but quite frankly, I think that's enough as far as shades of gray go. Hello, my friend. Ow, 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 don't do that. Oh boy. To be fair, I don't really need that much andesite, but I'd rather go ahead and collect up a good bit of it while I'm here. Maybe finish watching. Well, I might have to find another pocket. That's fine. I'll find myself another pocket of andesite to ransack, and besides, I have a second episode of Mumbo Jumbo Hermitcraft to get through, so I'll be right back. You know what? I think I think yeah, I think that's gonna get me pretty good for the time being. Everybody is so noisy. Hello? Gerald, you made a friend? Oh, you can actually sell things to him now? I didn't know you could sell things. Could you always do that? I don't think that you could always sell things to the wandering trader. Well, now that we have all of what we could possibly need for the various andesite and stony bits, we gotta grab ourselves our light gray concrete. We've got our andesite walls. We're also going to need some acacia. We're going to take a little bit of that, a little bit of that. Stripped logs will be necessary. Not very many. We do have saplings. Let's do about like that, and we'll let them grow. Oh, and we also want ourselves some spruce logs and some barrels, and some oak. Okay, so if I remember correctly here, we're gonna go up by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, because the barrel is 7. We're going to, yeah, we gotta go down by 1, and the top one is a barrel, right? Yes. 6 and 7. And then these get stripped down. Mostly. Partially. So we can make a nice big doorway. And we're going to cover in the rest of it with oak here on the front. I mean, and we can come back and texture some of that here in a second. Maybe even put in like a gate or two. Or not a gate, like a fence in there so it looks a little bit more scrappy. But the rest of this, we're actually going to come in here and I'm going to tear up all of this that I had put down. Oh, no, we're not. No, we're not. Wait, back up, back up, back up. I'm tearing up the wrong thing. I'm tearing up the wrong side. I got turned around. Oop, nope. I got turned the wrong way. We're gonna come in here, into this side, and we're just gonna kind of build up our walls with andesite. Up one, and then one. And then, let's see, we go up here, like this. And then if we come across like this, ooh, don't fall, then this would be that line. And then we come over 1, 2, because this will be the pitch of the roof. There we go. And then all these trapdoors are gonna come around like that. I think we're just gonna focus on the inside because that's what we have the blocks for right now. Focusing ourselves on the inside, we really need to, well, not really the inside, focusing on the walls. What we need to do is we need to take our monotony of things and we need to carve out essentially big sections like this and then fill them in with different textured wall sections. And this is already making me think that I might just maybe want some light gray wool. And that seems about right, just like this. Oh, I'm actually quite liking it. You can't see it very well like this, but if I just, here we go. Look at this. I was trying to determine whether or not I wanted to get some light gray wool to begin with, but I really do think that it helps to make a completely flat wall not look so flat. We have ourselves a little bit of a... I'll have to fix that. I forgot the braces for... I forgot the braces. Oh dear. Anyway, I forgot the braces for the back porch, but that's okay. I'll fix that in a little bit here. We've got a trapdoors up there. We've got a kind of dilapidated window on one side, a full one on the other side. We've got some rust because these are supposed to be, you know, rough metal sheets that make up this particular build. And then of course the top part is finished out with wood. We've got a slanted copper roof, very similar to what we have over here, except it is a little bit more weathered and worn. Maybe I'll go back and weather and wear this one a little bit as well. But as you can see, it is done. It is very nice. If we come on inside, I have done a very rough interior. A little sneak peek there into what we're going to be doing here in a second. But I've never really been all that great at interiors. But I think when you're trying to go with a sort of castaway situation, there's really only so much you can do whilst trying to keep yourself within a limited situation. If we come upstairs, we have basically some useless shelves. I just thought it looked cool, and I wanted to fill in the wall. We've got ourselves a bookshelf over here. I'm thinking that we can write down some lore. You know, we're casted away on this island, and I'm sure in our time here we have maybe learned a thing or two. We now are officially moved into our little bed situation, and we have a shelf, or a shelf yeah. We have shelves. We have shelves, extra crafting bench, because you can't have too much of those or too many of those laying around. We have ourselves a desk. I'm thinking we could probably put ourselves a map on the desk. I think that would probably be really nice. Maybe we could put a candle like right here or something as well. These are meant to be kind of like shutters I could put them on the outside, but I didn't feel like doing that. I won't do it. I've gone ahead and put up some supports. We've got one of our doors from the cargo containers as an awning. I thought that was pretty neat. That's actually I really like that. But all over this build, we have these posts, and that is what we're going to be working on right now. You see, there's a lot of sun, and you really need to be able to get away from the sun. So I'm thinking that we can take all of these birch slabs here and place ourselves an awning on this platform, on perhaps this platform, and this platform. Not to mention that right there. Oh, yeah. Yeah. This is so much nicer. We have ourselves some awnings now, and ooh. Okay. We just back up here a little bit. You can see it a little bit better. I do think that at the very least, it might be worthwhile to go get ourselves some pale oak. Is that what it's called? Pale oak logs? The new wood? I think mixing that in at the very least would make it all look a little bit nicer. I feel like, I feel like it could be brighter. I feel like it would look better if our tarps were a little bit brighter and not as earth toned as a lot of the rest of this. Let me know if you think so. I was also thinking about completely replacing them with smooth quartz and diorite. Maybe a mix of the two. I'm not entirely sold, but it is very nice after a year of being in this world, finally having this place done. Like the original, what I had planned to do, done. And now we can just keep going. Make new plans, new ideas. I also forgot to show this before I did the tarps. I did come through and basically light up our bridge here. I do like this. I want to put some banners up on the fences. Just in between the light sources, I'm considering cyan. I think the cyan banners would look really nice, but I don't quite know 100%, so I'm going to leave it for right now. I also went ahead and built ourselves a little bit of a planter box up here and moved our nether wart. I do need to go get some more soul sand, but you know what? This will make all of the nether wart I could possibly ever need, and of course we have our chest back up here with a little bit of lighting. I have tried to light as I go, but I do desperately need some glow lichen, because areas like this that are really dark without a torch, I don't want to just place, candles down, but I need it to be mob safe, so I think some glow lichen might be in order, especially on top of our tarps, because right now things can spawn on here. And that's not exactly safe, so that is something we're definitely going to have to rectify. I just don't have nearly as much bones, or I should say bone meal, and glow lichen as we need. Maybe we'll rectify that in the next episode, because, making sure this place isn't going to kill me because of a random creeper is probably a little bit more important than making things look nice and look pretty. At least in a hardcore world. Oh, I also noticed I forgot to put I forgot to put the supports up, which, it's just 2 slabs. It probably doesn't look the best, but that's the best I could do. That's the best I could think I could do. Man, it is so nice to be able to actually travel all the way to the top of here and have like a house to get to. I like I said, I haven't actually, I've tried to light up as I've gone, but there is still so much in the way of decorating to do, but I am running out of time for this particular video, unfortunately. We got all the most of the everything that actually needed to be done today done, and I am so happy. Oh my gosh. I drew up the original plans and made the original build plans and whatnot for this build and for this base like a year ago, just before I started the series. And to have it together, like to have it here, oop, and just to have it here in the flesh, all done out. There are definitely some areas like down here. We'll probably go through at some point and put in a bunch of, just kind of polish things off a little bit. But I think for today, this is definitely a good stopping point. So, if you enjoyed this episode, please leave a like and possibly subscribe. We are at 169 subscribers right now since I started doing all my little practice buildings, my little practice short builds. And I'm super glad that you guys are enjoying that. So I'm going to keep doing it. As well as, continuing with these. Anyways, I hope you have a lovely day. I'm going to stop chattering and let you go. So have a nice day. I hope you enjoyed this, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.